What's up, guys, and welcome back to another episode of Out of the Park Baseball 21 with our Detroit Tigers, and checking in here at the beginning of June around the first-year player draft. We're going to get into that in a second, but first, of course, let's go ahead and get into kind of our team performance to this date. And right now, we are first in the division, up by 3 games on the Minnesota Twins, 32-24. Now, it definitely has been kind of a season of runs so far, as we started off we were 5-5 in our first 10 games or something like that, and then we shot out to 19-5. We won a million games in a row, and the Royals were ahead of us. When we were 5-5, they started 11-3 or something. So then we just shot up, and then haven't really been playing that well of late. So we've kind of got a little bit back into it though, 6-4 in the last 10. So kind of been a 500 team the recent times. Just quick go ahead and just see our expected win-loss so far. Yeah, it says 20-28, so yeah, about 500 teams so far. But of course, last year we way overperformed our projections, and our division's kind of garbage compared to us. So I expect that we'll still definitely be in the hunt this year. Now, quick, let's look through our guys and how they've been playing so far. Gary Sanchez, of course, our big offseason acquisition this year. He's been pretty good for us. Worth over 2 wins so far this season. I mean, he's been a fantastic power bat for us. He's really been that upgrade at catcher with the bat that we really, really needed. I mean, he already has 21 homers, and I don't really know how to look that up right now, but I'm sure that those 21 homers are more than all the homers by catchers combined that we've had in this series so far. And if it's not, it's at least close. So that's, it's probably really close. But yeah, so he's been great for us. Stallings, he's kind of been a true backup, which we really haven't had in a while, because we've kind of had a platoon with guys in the past, but Stallings has kind of been that true backup and hasn't really gotten any playing time at all this year, so I can't really read into anything about his numbers. Justin Bohr, he's been pretty disappointing. I wasn't really sure what to expect of him after kind of that small sample size last year where he was really good for us. Yeah, no, he's been bad. So first base is definitely going to be a spot that we need to look to upgrade. Unless he actually starts performing a little better. And Hoskins has been interesting. It looks like this is kind of what he turned into now at this point. Not necessarily like an awful hitter. He's still a useful guy to have. But I mean, he is a lot lower average than he has had in real life, and low OBP too, but still pretty high slugging. He's still a good power bat to have, and still hits a lot of homers and extra base hits, mostly homers though. So I mean, he's still kind of useful in that way. So he hasn't been that bad. Castro, he's been pretty okay with the bat. I definitely like that on base to get up back to where it was last year. But I'm fine with that performance so far this year. Hopefully he can build on that Dahlback. His numbers are kind of concerning, as it looks like he's kind of turned into the same guy that Hoskins is a little bit. But of course, Jordan Walker's hopefully our long-term replacement at third, and our long-term franchise guy at third. So hopefully he kind of irons out that third base spot for us. But Dahlback can definitely play better. 260 BABIP, so that could go up. For him, Paredes, he hasn't been good, but he's also had limited at-bats, so not reading into that too much. Almeida has been not good with the bat, and of course he's a defensive wizard up the middle, but he's been more not good with the bat than he usually is, so hopefully he can turn that around, or we might have to figure something else out with the bat at shortstop, because I mean, he can't provide that kind of offense and get starting at bats at short. So we might have to figure something out with that if he can't play better. JD Martinez, of course, he was hurt in a lot of the in the ending of the season. He only really played 30 games with us, and Fortunately, none of that was really covered by a video since he was hurt at the end of the year, but he's been fantastic for us. I mean, he's kind of just our DH. I mean, we're not paying him anything. The Giants literally ate all of the money in the rest of his deal, so I mean, he's been absolutely fantastic for us with the bat. I mean, you really can't ask for anything more. He's been a solid guy in the middle of our lineup. Paulini, he's been good. I actually, wasn't really sure about how he'd turn out because, I mean, of course, all of his potential ratings are absolutely fantastic, but his ratings as they are right now are all kind of like in the 50s, so I was kind of concerned about him not playing well and then hurting his future performance, but I mean, he's been pretty good for us. I mean, of course, in the future, like, his discipline's supposed to go way up, so his OBP would be a lot higher, but I mean, I'm pleased with how he's been so far, and of course, he's only really getting time because Victor Reyes went down a while ago. Yeah, he went down with a herniated disc in his back. I think it was about like 5-week injury. So yeah, he'll be coming back soon. And honestly, I don't know how it's going to shake out because, I mean, Reyes was actually pretty good in the very small sample size that he got. He was hitting for power. I mean, other than that, it was pretty much as expected, like hitting the 290s, low like 318 around there OBP. So kind of his expected offensive performance at this point. Daz Cameron, so he's been filling in center in the time that Reyes has been out. Of course, he's fantastic a defender in the corners, and he's definitely a capable guy in center. I mean, at this point, his defensive ratings kind of rival Reyes's. I mean, he's just a great defensive outfielder to have. And with the bat this year, maybe slightly disappointing, but I mean, pretty similar year to last year to this point. I mean, same on base percentage. I'm not hitting for as much power as he did last year. So if you can get those power numbers back up a little bit, that would be nice. But I mean, still, for the kind of defensive guy he is, I mean, he provides a lot of value that way. So I mean, if he can just continue how he has been, that'll be totally fine with me. Parker Meadows again here is who we called up to replace Reyes on the roster. He hasn't really gotten any time because of the kind of other guys we have in the lineup, so can't really say anything about his performance. And Basabe, he's been good. 840 OPS. I mean, again, similar season to that he had last year, but he's actually been better the time he's had so far this season. Getting the OBP up to 360 and similar slugging, so fantastic year from him so far. And of course, he's pretty good in right field too. He can hold his own, a little rangy, and his zone rating is negative this year, but his efficiency is over 1,000. So, I mean, still very pleased with that performance. Now getting into pitching. See how guys have been this year. Jimenez, usual year from him, absolutely fantastic. FIP in the mid-twos. He's been our best reliever by far at this point in the season, so that's absolutely fantastic to see. Casey Mize, the ace of our staff, also been great for us this year. He just keeps getting better and better every single year. In the save, 3.5 FIP, worth about 2 wins this season, so that's fantastic. Mike Minor has kind of been a surprise this year. Of course, we picked him up in what was more or less a kind of salary dump, I believe, or actually, I kind of is escaping me how we got him. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, we got him when we moved Benintendi, and we got the Mets to actually eat a bunch of the money minor contract, but he's been really good for us. FIP under 4. He's been our second best starter this year. I mean, he's been absolutely fantastic for us. Can't complain about anything he's done for us. Zach Hess, I mean, his ERA is really good this year, but of course FIP in the high, low 4s, I should say. I mean, he's a pretty decent reliever to have, and I think that's really what his career is at this point. I mean, yeah, good stuff, power pitcher out of the bullpen, a good clubhouse guy, so he's been pretty useful in this series. Joey Wentz, again, kind of performing how he has been, and looks like what his career is kind of going to pan out to at this point. Better ERA than FIP, but I mean, he's kind of this is definitely like what he's probably just going to end up being. Low 4 FIP guy. I mean, guy kind of in the middle to back year rotation who just eats innings for you. Last year I believe he does get banged up a little bit, but I mean when he comes out the pitch, he definitely gives you a chance to win every day. Chris Montoya, he's been disappointing, a little disappointing this year. Kind of high FIP so far, but he's kind of been walking a decent amount of guys, over 4 walks per 9. So if you can get that under control, that would be better. Because he is striking out 12 guys. So I mean, not too disappointing that low ERA, but of course the walks kind of maybe inflating his FIP a little bit. But yeah, he's been okay for us so far. Matt Barnes has kind of been disappointing. He was pretty good last year. Not off to a good start this year. Hopefully he can improve. Then here we have a bunch of guys at the top here who've just been not good for us this year, and we have a couple of them. Scaball has not been good. His ratings have actually gone down. Neither has John Curtis. Ken Giles, which is big because, of course, we signed him to a extension that's a few years. Really hope that he gets better. Matt Manning has not been good either. Which is kind of weird because he has been pretty consistent so far throughout this. Then Quintana has also not been good. So the kind of veteran guy that we brought back, who was good for us last year when he played, but has been not good this year. I just want to see real quick how some guys that we have down in the minors are doing, just in case we want to call them up. Garcia, I don't want to be like too quick to call to send down some of these guys, but I think I'm definitely going to send down a few of them, like Curtis and Scaball, who have continually not been good through this. So we'll bring up Garcia. Feldman, no, because he's been walking too many people. Montero, it's a possibility. RJ Alvarez, he has not really been striking many people out so far. He has been good though, not striking a ton of people out though, and I believe he may have a lot of walks, 14-22. Yeah, Brendan White. Yeah, so we did call Garcia, but he's probably going to be a replacement in the rotation. But we might want to do something from Alfayed. Oh, Zach Houston has been good. Oh, yeah. I forget. I called up Garcia, and we're going to make the call to Houston. Well, actually, yeah, I wonder how some of these... Yeah, Brian Packard has been good in AAA. Oh, yeah, he has. Honestly, we probably should make that move. And this Rodriguez guy has also been good. Really good with the bat in AAA. He's been good. I actually want to check out Packard's BABIP, because honestly, we might make that move right now. 331. So maybe definitely some BABIP luck playing into that. It's especially a power guy. His BABIP normally wouldn't be that high. So I think we'll probably ride it out. Actually, I think we will make the move to Packard and see how this works out to kind of determine what our move is going to be at the trade deadline, because we definitely need at least one more bat, definitely an infielder, probably someone to shore up first base, and then probably a middle guy to like who can hit, so Almaez won't have to be out there all the time with the bat, because we definitely can't be counting on him. Then we definitely need another starter. I'm just going down. But yeah, so let's... Oops, did not want to do that. Get into the draft, so get in here. Take a look at the guys who are available for us to choose. And... Okay, I actually don't know which pick we are. Yeah, we're at the 29th pick. It looks like there's a guy here. He actually looks kind of interesting, because it looks like he can be a starter, but maybe more likely a guy in the bullpen. Our head scout really likes this guy. I mean, he has 3 pitches in his Stanima is pretty good, so he definitely could be a starter. And I think at this point, the draft is definitely worth taking this guy. Although they say to take this guy, but I mean, I feel like we have to do this, getting this kind of value at the 29th pick, and we'll go ahead and meet his demand, even though it's kind of high. Okay, the same guy who wanted us to take last round is still available, so kind of glad we did that. Is this all players? Okay, it is. Looks like there are a lot of college bats right here at the top. Jack Frank, no. Luis Alvarez, can really run but can't hit a lick. He's also good in the field. Dominic Keegan, no. Maybe Mikey Romero. See, none of these guys can really hit at all. I'm honestly not very impressed with anything that's available yet. It looks like the draft is really shorting out. So I'm actually really glad, even more glad that we ended up taking the guy we did last round. Maybe Dennis Jackson here, rangy outfielder. Yeah, this definitely looks like the best bet right there. So we'll go ahead and take him. Cole Schroeder. Looks like a fringe starter guy, fly ball pitcher. Let's go by scouting accuracy. It's Farmer Abendroth. Literally none of these guys are interesting, so I think I'll let our head scout actually handle the rest of this. So I'm not really going in depth in this draft, but I mean, there really just wasn't much at all to choose from. I mean, I'm very disappointed with the guys who were available in that draft. I mean, our first round pick was fantastic. I mean, I'm very pleased with that, but yeah, I mean, we'll still sign a lot of these guys if you like. Oops. Yeah, so we'll offer to him. I just kind of want to make sure that these guys aren't like absolutely useless and going forward and looking at these guys. I mean, most of them have at least redeemable ratings. Like, this guy is great in the field, and I mean, could possibly be useful. It's just a guy who using like this guy, like a hard throwing like reliever could be interesting. And then one more guy here. Yeah, we're not gonna sign this guy because he's basically he doesn't really have great ratings. And then this is another guy that's we're probably not gonna go with. But yeah, so there's that, and then this is gonna wrap it up for this episode, and then we'll get into the international free agent signing period opening up in the beginning of July, and then also move into making our moves, because hopefully we'll still be in first place. I'm sure we'll at least be in contention for the wild card still, and most likely, I mean, I can't imagine a scenario where we'd be out of our division race. So thank you guys for watching another episode of this series, and be very appreciative if you guys could sub if you like the content and like this series that I've been putting out, and just trying to get us up to 100 subs. We're pretty much halfway there at this point, so in a pretty short amount of time. So thank you guys for watching, and I will see you guys next episode.